Hi, this is Jeff Olson, founder and CEO of Nerium International. I'm in Dallas, Texas right now. It's Friday, just before the New Year's weekend, so I hope you had a great holiday time and going into New Year's 2013. I'm so excited. But what I want to talk about is really look back a little bit and tell you about where we're going forward. We've had huge success. 2012, it was just an amazing year for Nerium International. We're only 15 months old, and we have just broken records in this industry. And let me put that in perspective, because you hear that all the time, you know, how successful we've been. But let me just give you an insight to how significant what we did is. First of all, there's an organization called the Direct Sales News. They're like the watchdog, the vanguard of the direct sales industry. They put out publication every single month to 7,700 top executives in the entire direct sales industry on a global basis. And so they're really like our watchdog. And every year they annually recognize the top 100 companies in the direct sales industry. Now understand, well over 10,000 companies have come into this industry. We're talking about the top 100. You'd have to be in the upper 1 percentile of upper 1/10 of 1 percentile to be in the top 100 list. So that's how significant that group is. And so they publish that once a year. Well, John Fleming, who's the editor of Direct Sales News, was at our bashes recently, our fall bashes, and he said that we would probably be the fastest company to ever get into the top 100. Well, 1 year old, we are going to be in the top 100. Matter of fact, I've now finished where our annual sales look like they'll be for the year 2012. If you took that back and compared it to the people who made it in the year 2011, we would have been 72nd. Now think about that, 72nd after 1 year. Now here's what I did. I took all the companies above us, you know, that would have been smaller than us. So I took the 73rd, 74th, 75th, 76th, all the way up, took all those companies, added up how many years they've been in the industry, divided by the number of companies, and the average amount of time was 19 years those companies had been in the business to get into the top 100, and we were bigger than them. Now I took out the bigger companies that had been around for like 70 or 80 years because it kind of skewed it, and it was still 12.2 years. And so here's the best of the best, the top 1/10 of 1 percentile of the history of the industry being ranked. The average company in there that is smaller than we are after our first year averaged 12.2 years to get there, and you did it in just 1 year. That shows you a lot of strength, okay? So, you know, what I want to talk about is, what is it, you know, I'm going to talk a little bit about our past, but really about where are we going? You know, you're always hearing vision 2020. 2020 means perfect vision. Well, that also means 2020 the year. That's just 7 short years. When we're at the year 2020, we'll only be an 8-year-old company. Remember, all these other companies that are smaller than us after our first year are 12.2 on average. If you put them all in, it was 19 years. So when we are 8 years old, we'll still be small, you know, less than all they are. So understand the significance of that. So, you know, 2020 vision, where are we going to be by the year 2020? Where could you be if you grow with us between now and the year 2020? So, you know, a lot of great things happen. You know, when this all came to me a few years ago, I wasn't looking. I had been very fortunate, had been successful in this industry. Great things. I've just been blessed. It's almost like there's been an angel following me around, tapping me on the shoulder, and everything I touched worked. And that sounds crazy, but that's just kind of how I feel, okay? And I wasn't looking, and this was put in front of me, and I just said to myself, oh my gosh, if this is real, this could be the greatest, the best thing that ever hit the direct sales industry. This would be the thing you could build the perfect company around. And so, you know, we did our research, and it turned out to be real. First thing I knew, we're in the right space. There's no better space in the direct sales industry than be in the space of beauty. 9 of the top 10 companies in the direct sales industry come out of the space of beauty. Go into any department store, the first thing you see is beauty. That's where the business is at, okay? So it's the best space to be in. But we're going into that space with something that's never been done. We're first to the market, we have exclusivity, and we have an absolute huge barrier of entry from anybody else replicating or duplicating what we're doing. So we walked into that space with something that had never been seen before in this industry, and look what happened. It just took off. We didn't do a pre-launch, a soft launch, or a grand opening, anything. We just rolled it out the door, and it all happened organically. Why? Because the product works, and it networks. And all of a sudden, just great things started to happen. We're just 3 months old, success from Home Magazine shows up at our door and starts writing about us, and we're on the newsstands on a national basis when we're 5 months old. That's never happened in their publication. We're 5 months old, Direct Sales News shows up and starts writing about us. We're 7 months old, we're on the front page of the Direct Sales News. Matter of fact, when I talked to their editor, he said, you know, when the writers come back, the photographers come back, they all say, this cannot just be a 7-month-old company. They look like a 10 8-year-old company. And then later on that year, we came out with Beautiful You magazine. It was on the end caps and all the magazines throughout the United States. And so, great things happen from a publicity and recognition standpoint. But what that tells you is that there's something happening here. There's a lot of success happening for us. And so, the things when I look back and I think about the great things that have happened for us, there's a couple of things that really stand out for me. They might not mean much to you, but they mean everything to me. First of all, we rolled it out. We had the clinicals. We knew the product worked. But you just don't know until you know, and all of a sudden the pictures start coming back. And these are pictures of people just taking out their phone, their camera phone, and taking a picture of themselves, and a few days or a week or 2 weeks later taking a picture, and they start rolling into us. And all of a sudden we realized, my gosh, look how this is working. So then we just started taking pictures and asking everybody to take pictures, and then we started begging people to take pictures before they use the product. And then we actually created a flyer that says, please, when you get this product, stop, don't move, take a picture before you use it, because we want to, demonstrate how well this product works by taking a before and after picture. We literally bet the entire company on people taking a picture and that the product works. I would challenge you, of those other 9 out of 10 companies in the direct sales industry, if they did that with their product, I don't think they would have the success we had. Matter of fact, I think it would reveal a problem that they have. Matter of fact, you walk in all the department stores. I really doubt going to those department stores, and that clerk is going to tell you, no, take a picture before you start using this product, because we want to demonstrate how well the product works 2, 3, or 4 weeks from now. We literally bet the entire company on that, because why? The product works, and we stood behind it. And then think about it. Later on, we came out, Nerium Gives Back. Something that's never been done in this industry before, where we restock the inventory for free for people that go there, bring us customers or brand partners. Never been done. A huge paradigm shift. What does that mean? That means we bet on the product. We bet on the opportunity. Again, I believe if you took most companies in the direct sales industry and they did a Nerium Gives Back model in their company, they'd be out of business. Those two things put together would destroy most companies. We thrived with those. Why did we thrive? Because we have something that works. We have a product that works, and we have a business model that works. And so when I think about those two things alone, it says so many things to me about what we have in this company, but more importantly, what we have going forward. And so with that, our whole goal is to build a great company. Excuse me, because I'm reading some notes behind me, okay? So this is just a personal talk between me and you. But, with that, our goal when we had this was to build a great company. I knew we had a great opportunity in the space we're in with the product, exclusivity, first to the market, the differentiation, the barrier of entry. All those things are important. So we came up with marketing tools. I don't think anybody will question that we have as good marketing tools as anybody's seen in this industry, especially for a one-year-old company. Our branding is the best anybody's seen in this industry in decades, okay? Especially, again, for a one-year-old company. Our systems are as good as anybody's out there, and they're just going to get better. Our training is comparable to anybody else out there. Our back office, when people come to this company who've been around us in the industry for 10, 15 years, they rave about our back office. You guys can't just be a one-year-old company. Our management team, you have to have a great management team, and I'll put our management team up against any 10, 15, 20-year-old company. I'll put them up against anybody, quite honestly. I think we got this Super Bowl team here. Our infrastructure, we haven't stopped at doing anything we had to do to give you the support you need from an infrastructure standpoint. So what this success has done is it's just led for a huge opportunity for Nerium International, but more importantly, the most important thing, none of this means anything if it's not a huge opportunity for you. And what we've seen is just huge success for our brand partners. And the thing I've enjoyed the most is, quite honestly, most of this is being done. The highest percentage of this is being done by people who have no experience in the direct sales industry or never been successful in the direct sales industry. I've never seen people from all different walks of life walk into something like this kind of industry and have the kind of success that we're having. And so that's just, again, that's a testament that this is not just some other company in the direct sales industry that's put a different spin on something. This is something that's really working for the average person. And when I look at our business model, our compensation, the drivers we created, the 3-year free, and then the fast start, and then the iPad, then the car, the living better bonuses that all these people are getting these amazing checks. All those things are amazing and unprecedented. And then our compensation plan. Most companies, all they talk about is a compensation plan. Here's probably the least things that we talk about, but quite honestly, it's one of our most powerful things. If you really study the direct sales industry, really study it, all the big companies are a level plan. Very few are these games that are going on out there, and I won't go into them. You just know I don't play those games. But they're all level plans. If you took the top 50 companies, I think 45 of them are level plan. We have the best level plan. Why? Because we could study them. We could look at what worked for them, what didn't work. We could take all that, combine it, and then we took it to the next level. Most people don't even know what we've done with this Unigem. This Unigem changes the whole unilevel model. It's just something that allows you to work within a level plan, a unilevel plan, but have generations. And most people out there, what I just said here, probably went right by 97% of you, but believe me, it's something that separates us from the other 45 of the top 50 companies, that we have something that they don't even have. And I can just go on and on about that. But the point I'm trying to get across is it's amazing what we were able to put together, us and you, in the first 15 months. And that's because of that why we've had this huge success. And because of that, we achieved in our first year what took the successful companies, the top 1/10 of 1% companies in this industry, on average 12.2 years to do. We did in 1 year. And guess what? We did that debt-free. We don't owe one penny to nobody. Debt-free. So what does that tell you? We have a beautiful future ahead of us. And so, who are we? Well, first of all, we're a great direct sales company. We're in a great space with an amazing product, with something first to the marketplace, differentiation, barrier of entry, great systems and marketing tools, and phenomenal team of brand partners, a great compensation and drivers and rewards around it, a debt-free company. But the thing I really like the most about who we are is who we are as people. When somebody gets our kit, the thing I talk about all the time, and you look at that kit and you open it, half that kit is about you, the person. It's not about the money. It's not about the company. It's not about the product. It's not about the opportunity. It's about you, the person, about becoming a better person. We always talk about individually taking responsibility, collectively making a difference in this world. It's about you, the person. When we started this company, we made a real bold decision to put the word real on it. That's a big decision, the word real. Because if you're not real, people are going to come after you, okay? That we got real science, which we've backed up. Real results, which we've really backed up, okay? And a real opportunity, which obviously we backed up. We've done 1 year, it took everybody else 12.2 years. The thing I'm most excited about is that we really made it about real people in a real life. And so, we started out the word real. And then later on, we started about 3 months into the company, we started talking about the Nerium experience. That we're so much more than just a skincare opportunity. We're so much more than a financial opportunity. We're about the whole person, the person inside and out, the Nerium experience. And then we had our first resort retreat in Cancun in August. And we took 100 people there for a 5-star first-class event. And we layered in loving, caring, and sharing, and T-shirts and all the branding. And it became like the mantra of the company. Not just that we're real, but we're loving, caring, sharing people. And then we went into the bashes and we evolved, and also we layered in happiness, which is going to be a big part of what we're going to do in 2013, as we do this happiness movement through the spring bashes leading to our national conference. And so, all those things, it's just really a description of the kind of people that we're attracting. Everywhere I go, the thing I'm most amazed at is the quality of people that we're attracting. You've heard me say this before, and I don't mean to be negative. Quite honestly, I don't like a lot of the people in the direct sales industry. And quite honestly, I don't like a lot of the companies. I hate to say that. I think the concept's brilliant, but I think a lot of people just take advantage of it or manipulate it and misuse it. We're not attracting those people. We're attracting quality people. We're attracting people who care about the word real, who care about the Nerium experience, loving, caring, and sharing, who want to be part of happiness, who want to do it the right way, who want to be part of something that's long-term, that makes a difference in people's lives. And so, with that, we brought in big brothers and big sisters, and we really attached ourselves to that. We just didn't do it as a window dressing because it was something cute to do. It's something we made part of who we are. With that, success for teens, it was written around the Slide Edge book. We really got involved with that. And again, we don't do that just for window dressing, because that's who we are. The point I'm trying to get across is we've been blessed, really blessed. We're here 15 months old. We completed our first year in 2012. I've always said all the historical great things that happened and all the things that have happened, but really what that tells you is what can happen going forward. Because if we do those things, if we can do those in the first 15 months, people, what are going to happen in the next 7 years? What's it going to look like in 2020 when we look back? We're going to only be 8 years old. We got to a place in 1 year that took all the other companies who were in the top 1/10 of 1% in the direct sales industry. It took them 12.2 years to do, and we did it in 1 year. So you take that same management team, that same field leadership, the same drive to have infrastructure and tools, and you apply that to it going forward, what can happen? Well, first of all, a lot of great things would happen. Products, everybody talks about that. We have one, by design, we launched with one product, and I believe in that at first. But we're going to be able to build a product legacy line. What do I mean by that? Most companies, when they add other products, they got to come out with a new story, they got to come out with new science, new support. We got something that we got control of that we're going to have literally drive that whole thing right through every one of our products. It's a legacy product line, okay? So it's so easy for us to adapt forward. And when you look down the road in 2020 backwards, I can't imagine what the product line will look like. On top of that, territories. I mean, obviously, you can look at the direct sales industry. Globally, the #1 space is beauty. If you look at the dermal and beauty space, 35% of the market is in the Far East, 25% of the market is in Europe, 20% of the market is in North America, and the rest of the market is Latin America. So obviously, there's a huge opportunity out there for us, and we're going to go there. Okay, we've been working very hard on that. We get down to 2020, and we look backwards. I can only imagine all the different places we're going to be. The footprint we'll have over in Europe, the footprint we're going to have in North America, the footprint we'll have in South America, the footprint we'll have in the Far East. And you are on the ground floor of that. What I'm trying to get across, do you understand where you're sitting? You're sitting in a space that is historical. You're sitting in a space that's never been before in the direct sales industry. You're sitting in a company that's 15 months old, that in its first year of 2012, did what the best of the best of the best companies, not all those other companies that come and go, the best of the ones who have been successful, took 12.2 years to do. And you're sitting there, and we're sitting there, and we have a product line that could just grow into a legacy product line, and we've done it with one product in one country. What will it look like by the year 2020? Your imagination can only take you how big it can possibly be. And we're building a company that starts from here. You understand? All of that comes from the organization we have here. If it's 2020 and we have millions of people around the world and we're in all those different continents, it all will stem from this organization that I'm talking to right now. It all grows from there. That's what you have the opportunity. So what do we got to do as a company? We're going to give you the management team. Right now, I'm one of the best headhunter companies or search companies out there looking for the best of the best in management to bring in. People who've been around, who tried and true. I mean, our team is as good as they come, but it doesn't stop. When you're building a Super Bowl team, you keep drafting the best of the best, okay? We're looking for the people who really have been around. Our team's been around, okay? Trevor Schofield's been around 20 years from an operational standpoint. But we want Trevor to focus more on the international opening. We're looking at operations people. I could go on people, what we're doing from the standpoint of management. Our systems, our infrastructure. Again, we're debt-free. We can do anything we want, and we will not stop at being the best of the best, because what we want to do is build the perfect direct sales company. I've always said you can't launch the perfect direct sales company, but you can try and build it. You'll never get there, but you can try and build it. And so we're committed to building the company, the infrastructure, the management, the systems around the product and the territories that's going to take you to the year 2020. When you look back, you're going to be amazed what can happen. So, when you look forward who we are, the thing that I would say from me to you, okay, is everything's here. It's obvious what we're going to do. It's just, to me, it's inevitable. It's almost, it's done. We just haven't gone through the process of getting there yet, okay? We're blessed to be in the place we're at. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to do it the right way. I'd love that every person, when they get the kit, the Sliders book's in it. Of course I like that. It's my book, okay? But I really believe in the concept of what the Sliders is all about, which is doing these little things that seem to make no difference at all in the act of doing them, just do them over and over and over until the compound effect kicks in. We believe, we had our 10 core values when we launched the company, and one of them was go slow to go fast, which is a slide edge philosophy, which means if you do it right the first time. People, look what we did without trying to be in a hurry. We blew everybody away because we did it right the first time. I'm not going to stop driving that forever. We are going to be a company that's going to slow down to go fast. We are going to be a company that masters the mundane. What do I mean by that? People, it's so simple. What we have to do is, we've done a great job in our first year, but we now got to embrace more people, embrace more languages, embrace more continents, embrace more cultures. But we're going to take our same method of operation. We're going to do exposures, 2 a day, using third-party tools, the best tools this industry's ever seen. We're doing real results parties in the home. That's where people like to be. We're going to take it to the home. And we're going to get better and better at it. If I showed you the things that we're working on to take our in-home parties up to the next level, it's going to be beautiful what we're going to do there. We go out and we do regionals, and we do market parties. These are the basic things that we do. We have the bashes coming up. Can you imagine eventually we're going to have bashes all over the world? We're going to have our national conference coming up in July. Can you imagine when we start having a national conference on every different continent? I can only imagine when we get down to year 2020, looking backwards, and we're in these different continents, what it's going to look like. To be able to go and have a national conference in the United States, and then have one over in Europe, and then have one in the Far East, or have one down in South America. That's where we're headed. That's where I see we're going. What it takes, though, for all of us together here, and this is the most important thing, because I study a lot of companies. I mean, I really study the other companies out there who've been successful. There's been about 10 companies that I really look at that have gone to $1 billion plus sales and sustained it and done it properly. I think we can do it better in all of them. Because I think, number one, we just have a better opportunity with the space we're in, the product we got, the good start we got, all those kind of things. But the thing that we've done that I don't think any company out there has ever done before us is we really have collectively are going to one rhythm. We got a field and a company that's in sync with each other. That might sound unusual to you, but most companies out there, corporate and the field, are not really in sync with each other. We have a field that's in sync with each other. That might sound unusual to you, but in most companies, you have a field that has all these different things. What we've done is collaboratively, we've all put our egos aside, corporate and the field, and we've come together. And we've built one beat, one drum beat, one rhythm. And that's something that's so big for you. Because can you imagine if you're doing this business in some city in the United States or some state in the United States, and all of a sudden you have an organization that shows up in another continent, another language, another culture. But we duplicate the theme of this company, the rhythm of this company, the training of this company, the tools. You literally will be able to drive your business, 13 time zones away. And when you're sleeping, it's working for you, and you know how it's working. That's never been done. I don't know how well we'll achieve that dream, but that is a big dream, but nobody's even remotely approached it. There's not $1 billion company out there that can show you a rhythm that goes all the way through on an international basis. Obviously, there's got to be changes made as you go into certain cultures. Obviously, in different marketplaces, it's a little bit different, and we know that. But overall, one of the greatest things we've done as a company in our first year is we've really created one rhythm, one team, one dream in this company. So what I say from me to you is we have done amazing. What you guys have done to build this company off the charts. I mean, I can't thank you enough for what you've done. But to me, the holidays are interesting for me because a lot of people like to take off during the holidays, and I get antsy during the holidays. I want to get to the next year. I was talking to a good friend of mine the other day, and I said, I think one of the key things to be a good CEO of the company is you got to live in paranoia. Because to me, I can't stop until it's done. That's the way I am, okay? I see something that's so big that we can do here as a company. The opportunity we have here is so big, and I just feel compelled. I feel driven. I feel almost obligation to, create this great company. And so with you, with home office, we've done an amazing, amazing job. I believe in celebration. I'm glad we're celebrating 2013. Then in 2013, looking back, this time next year, I can't imagine what it's going to look like. But I want you to be thinking, why can't you, between now and 2027 short years, by the time we get there, we'll only be 8 years old. All the other companies that got to the space we're at, and the best of the best of the best companies in this industry, it took them 12.2 to get to where we're at right now. Can you imagine what you're sitting on right here? Can you imagine what sits in front of you? You got to think big like that. This is what you have. But I can't do it by myself. Corporate can't do it by themselves. You can't do it by yourselves. But together, we can do it. That's how it works, okay? So what I'm looking for is the people who just see that, who have that dream. And can you imagine traveling the world together, building this business? How much fun we're going to have, okay? How much financially, greater we're going to be. The money's going to be there, and all the rewards come from the money. That's going to be great. And we're going to have great accolades in the company's success and all those great things. But really, along the way, it's the person that we become and the people that we touch. That's going to mean the most to me. And you're going to see some big things that we're going to do in 2013. We're really going to bring in more and more of that to this company. Be a company that's really, really, really about people and who they are. So thank you for 2012, and let's just go have a historical 2013 and just boom, all the way to 2020. Thank you.